All right, what's up, ladies and gents? I am currently in this little quick potential rejection playoff here. We had a big push up a little while ago. Ooh, we're getting a 1 minute cross now. Okay, this is looking good now. So we got a push up this morning, it rejected right off of my level here, like right on the money. And now we're having a 1 minute level form. And let's see if we can get a push down. I'm gonna set my TPs already. Let's see, 83, 73, 83. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3. 83, then 77, 78, then 75. All right. Stop loss would be a break above here, 27. So it's a little bit wide, but I'm going to let it do its thing. All right. So let's see what we got here. Let's see if we got a little bit of a barrier. If we can get a challenge of this 1 minute at 70, then we may have our little win. Or, I could have my stop loss above the 1 minute, but it's fresh. I don't want to leave it to just be stuck in this range. It's a very simple play. Like I said, this is an eval. Play evals aggressive. So it's about a 20-point stop loss. Not ideal. I like 15 points or less, but I like the way that we had a pretty hard stop right up here. And if it breaks the other way, we have room up. So I'll be ready for both. All right, let's see if we can get that little retest of this 1 minute level at 71. What looks like on my 30-second. We can break this blue right here at 87. Then we could see another test of this 88 and 78 on the 30-second. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Patience, patience game. I'm not a big patience person, but sometimes you got to be. There's a first TP. All right, let's see if we can get the secondary push down to this level right here. Now I could now you know what? I'm gonna go to break even immediately. I'm gonna play this the right way you're supposed to play it. Where you hit your first TP and you go to break even. All right, this is the safe way of playing it, right? No point in going red. Something that I just started doing because in the mornings when there's low volume, you get a lot of spiky action, you get a lot of up and down. So I just started doing this and it's been helping me with the win rate, which I don't really care about. I care about the green. I want to collect. That's been my thing for the pros and for the evals. And yeah, sometimes I get aggressive and I let things run a little more. But green is green. All right. Somebody, a few of the guys at MLT at the Max Options trading team, they're like, don't let a green trade turn red. So once a green trade is green, I go to breaking. And most of the time it'll continue. And if it pulls back, it pulls back. And if I see a reentry opportunity, I reenter. And it's been helping me a lot with my site. It's just something that just helps improve um, one thing after another. And if it continues down, it continues down. There we go. We may see it that push down to where I was looking at originally. It's simple, right? We may see this break of the blue. Next, I want to see the break of this blue. If I see a break of this blue right here, I may re-answer for potential push down here. And this is just me being picky and waiting for the setups to form. Goes, look, boom, boom, boom. Let me test it. Right, stop will be that same candle. Right, it flips on me. It flips on me. Let's see what she got. Let's see if she get that first TP, and then I go break even. Have my stop loss. Ooh, I got purple now, 792. There we go. Okay, first TP is about to hit. Boom, first TP hit. Break even. Right there. Look at this. Let's see. Let's see if we have the second one. Boom. Come on. It's almost there. It's almost there. Almost hit that second TP right now. Almost there. Come on. Take it. Take it. Take it. Oh gosh, it's bad. Stalling out. I'm gonna start trailing a little bit. I'm gonna push it down a little bit. I don't want to give too much of this back. If it bounces back up, it bounces back up. There we go. All right, sweet. There you go. Scalping, scalping, scalping. All right. This is what I am always doing. I'm always scalping. So if it continues, and that's okay. I'm taking my green and I'm running with it. Right. That's the point of this game anyway. Right. Take what you can, and you move on. And my wins are big. My wins are not huge. I'm not worried about having a 4K day or even a 1K day. All I want to do is be paid. That's it. I want to get these evals passed and I want the potential to make money. That's it. That's what I'm doing this for. There's no point in me rushing this, especially once you become consistent. Once you become consistent, this whole thing, you take your time. You're careful with your plays. You're a little more patient because just like in any other job, you want to be the best at it. So how do you be the best at it? You study, you work, you constantly get better, you learn, you mess up, we all mess up. And then, you try to take those mess ups as a lesson so you don't mess up again in the future. I've done that in my management career when I was a manager at restaurants. Is I make a mistake, I forgot to do something, I forgot to turn something off, I forgot to put in an order or something. It's always something. And then I'm like, no, now next time I'm not going to forget to do that because I made my mistake. Same thing with this, right? Every play that I lose, I screenshot and then I go back, once things have calmed down, and then I go back and I look at it and I look at what did I miss, what happened, what time, all this fun stuff. And I'm pretty sure I've gone over this before, but it's that repetitive, repeating things in your mind that helps you be consistent, right? Because you can say it once or twice, but once you forget about it, then you start going back into your old habits, or you start forgetting what your plan was, or any of that stuff. So that's important for me, is to repeat these steps over and over and over again in my head. Why am I doing this? What are my setups? What am I looking for? How many points? Where do I have room? And just being consistent. That's the key. You want to be consistent. I'm liking the potential 3Z here for the 1 minute. But this is holding the center area, so the 1 minute might be ranging in. This is my morning orb forming. Not that much volume for the opening, for the eight, for the beginning of it. All right, nice push up there. Let's see if we can. Now we got a gauge candle. Oh, never mind, it disappeared. So that's kind of bearish. The bullish candle turned green instead of staying blue. But let's see. If I'm seeing my lines starting to form. Yeah, I'm liking it to go long if it can break across here, break above. I'm liking this. I'm going to enter just 3 just to test. I have my first TP there, second TP there. And then I could have my stop loss literally right beneath there. So that's 10 points. That's not bad at all. This is ideal right here. All right, there's the blue on there's a cross, right, leading up to the blue there. Look at this. All right, let's get the 80 first. There's the first TP, immediately break even. Boom, and it gives me what it gives me right now. I'm accepting this. This is how I've been doing it lately. All right, second TP is up there, and I can trail closer now if I want to. Yeah, I'm gonna start trading closer. Oh yeah, keep going, baby, keep going. Oh, yeah, look at that go. Easy, trails me out. If not, we get this pump up, and look at that setup, right? We saw the A plus plus setup appear mid play, explosion up, boom, boom, easy, repetitive patterns, not too difficult. So for now, I'm going to pause this for now because I can't give away the sauce of my morning, little Orby. So put a pause, and if we catch some more, we catch some more, and it's just beautiful to watch. It's just beautiful to watch. It's repetitive patterns. I waited for that cross. I kind of not anticipated, because that's me taking super wild guess, but had the cross forming, had the break here. Three bar on the 30 seconds worked just as good as the 1 minute. Had the cross forming. We saw our blue, right? A plus plus setup. Boom, push up. Got a level up here. As it approaches this level, I'm going to approach closer, and now we got a potential another setup forming here. But how much room do I have, right? If it breaks 87, I got about 93. That's about 8 points. No, that's tight. I want to see if it breaks this. If it breaks 94, then you have potentially an 05, but this is a 5 minute level. So that could be a strong level because we already saw it tap right here and reject. So this might be our current range until open, maybe. We will see. But for now, we caught some really nice setups. Couple bangers. So I am very close to, I'm $201 away for passing the 75K account. So I'm going to take my time to get there. We had a couple bangers and taking my time and enjoying. This morning has been pretty good. Enjoying the morning right now. The flow, volume, the movement is pretty solid. It looks like we could potentially get a 3 bar in one. So now this is looking interesting for me again, even though 3 bars lead to a decent break sometimes. So if it breaks 87, let's say if it breaks 86, 87, I may attempt long. Now if it breaks below here, below 90, 71, I'm liking the short. There's a lot of room down. I was gonna go, but nope, looks like I'm not. Looks like I'm gonna wait for this potential next setup to form because it's looking interesting. Yeah, this is looking like we might get a higher time frame 3 bar. Is this gonna break it? I'm entering it. Stop loss will be right below 77. All right. Pulls back on me, it pulls back on me, and that's okay. Just I think I put the wrong contracts. All right, here we go. 89. Oops. All right, and then a second. Let it do its thing. Let it do its thing now. Let's get that first TP, immediately break even. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Almost there, almost there. Come on, baby. Almost there. Oh, it's teasing it. Right there. Boom. Quick, easy. Now break even. 1, 2, 3. Right. 6, 6, 6. All right. Oh, look at that. Wow. All right. That was a quick reversal. I didn't expect it to come back down that fast. So that wasn't much of a gain. That was like $10. Should have like trailed it a little closer, but whatever. Whatever. It doesn't matter. This is how you protect your green. Right. Hit my first CP went green. Now I'm liking the flattening out. Purple flattening it out. I want to see how this 1 minute can break right down here to 71. This is what I want to watch it break 71. So I'm not going to enter a short current because that could happen. I got to be patient with this. All right. I'm going to either play certain setups on my orb in the morning or I'm going to play breaks of my candles. Same kind of idea. A plus plus setups. All right. We caught one formation here. Now is it coming back up to break this 80? Right. And this is what I was telling you earlier, right? It was why the longs were risky because as it approaches the level, right, it's going to get weaker. And it has to break here. Then it has to break up here. There it goes. Right. There it goes. Right. That would have been my first or my second, or close to my second TP. The second TP I think was at 94. So it didn't hit that. But you can see how it's getting there. Right. This is where it gets risky. This is where you have to become picky with the longs or the short setups because you have to have room. There's not much room here. I took a little quick snipe at it to see if it had the strength, and I got 5 points out of it. Got trailed out break even, and then boom, right, protected my play. Tested it. I love to say I tested because I love to test. I love to test my setup. So now we're potentially going to see a 1 minute 3 bar setup, or we're just going to see push back down to the range. And look at that. This is why I love the range breaker. The range breaker just confirms what I was thinking, right? We're going to be in a range. There it is. There's a confirmation of what I was thinking was going to happen. you know, love it, man. These These indicators are built so freaking good, man. I'm telling you, you guys need to check them out. MOT Advanced Orb, MOT Range Breaker, and then obviously my baby, MOT Quantum Range or Quantum Shift. Quantum. Right? Um, this pull down doesn't look too bad, but the 1 minute, right? You see the A plus plus setup on the 30-second, right? The cross is happening a little in front, so it's not really A plus plus. I like it when it's inside the body, but if it comes back up to retest to 83 and pulls back down, it's looking good. There it goes. There it goes. It's okay. It's okay if it goes. Right. But what I'm waiting for, right? I'm not gonna anticipate and jump on this because the 1 minute is still kind of far apart. It could pull up right here at 71. I want to see it break 71, right? From 79, you would have gotten your 5 points and potentially break even, right? If you're scalping 5 points, you're scalping 5 points. And sometimes that's what you got to do, especially at PM session. Blah. Asia session, oh my gosh. Asia session, PM session, London session have slower movement. So a lot of the times I hit the 5 points, I immediately go break even and start trailing. All right, let's see if this closes below here. This is that 71 I was eyeballing earlier. Let's see if it can stay and close below 71. And I may test a little bit. If it bounces up, then it bounces up. And I will wait. I want to see it close below 71. Right. This is where the confirmations are important. This is where you want to wait for a solid close right hand. And the next thing, I say this in the Power Hour show, is it's never just the tip. It's a running joke in there. Those of you who get it, you'll get it. But it's never just the tip. You never just want a tip of a candle to close because that will happen right there. Right? There's a level when I'm saying it and then it happens. Right, 30-second, literally the tip of the candle slightly broke above below it, 71.75, and then we saw the push up. It's repetitive actions that I see over and over and over again, which is why I say never just the tip. It's got to be a full, nice bearish body close below to confirm that level was broken. And then you have the uptrend level here at 69, right? And then our uptrend on the 1 minute is still pretty dang strong. And now guess what? Look what happened. The 1 minute just formed a range box, right? Because it's just going to be ranging. What time is it? 8:10, right? So there's still chance for some movement before 9. But even so, this is the time where the market tends to pause for a bit until the market opens. So for now, I'm going to take a breather and we'll be back in a little bit for another set because right now all I'm seeing is this wide range. I need to see a break either up here or break below here. And it's going to be in here for some time. And I'm not going to keep scalping because it's going to just keep getting riskier, right? I'm seeing this setup here. I'm seeing the potential cross, right? I'm seeing the potential push out. And if I want to test it, right, go 3, right? Now we have a blue. My stop would be below this 96 or below 70, right? So right now it would be like a 5 point risk or a 10 point risk, whichever one to choose. Let's do that, right? This is where you get chopped up because this is where people try to catch quick moves or try to guess, right? Let's just do this, right? If it works, it works. If it doesn't, whatever. But this is where I used to play the chop back in the day, right? But if the risk is there, you can. It's up to you. I used to do this back in the day where I would be like, all right, I have room to 83. I could get 5 points out of it, 3 points out of it. We got room to the top of the range. You could get the top of the range, or you could get back to the bottom like I'm doing right now. Bottom of range 71, right? That level that I needed to break and hold. Top of the range is 91, which is about right below our other cross right there, right? So we may see it bouncing back and forth, and then you just have to kind of you know, just be patient, or test a range play. And if you get chopped up once, just stop. Stop. There's no point in trying to beat the chop. Don't beat the range. Don't try to anticipate when the range might break and when it might not. Because more times than none, you will get faked out. This is why I say, be patient. Be patient. Wait for the correct, you know, setups to form. But it is what it is. Right. This is what I risk, right? I play 3 micros in the morning. I already have a decent buffer. I'm not that far from passing this account now. There goes first TP hit. I'm gonna go break even immediately. Actually, I'm gonna go up 2 points and let's go. Let's see. Let's see if we can retest the top of the range, right? I'm gonna trail it closer because there's no point. There you go. Boom. All right, just made 20 bucks. Okay, 20 bucks. 20 bucks is 20 bucks, and I just made it in literally a few seconds. So that's another part you gotta keep in your head. It's not about the big dollars, big wins. It's nice to see them, but in the end of the day, where else can you make 20 bucks in seconds by just clicking a button? As far as I know, there's not many places. This is one of the better ones where you can analyze your chart. You can give yourself the best opportunity, the best chance to make that money fast. And it's just being consistent with it, especially once you hit that buffer, man. With like the accounts like TPT, where you can get paid out daily, like where like it's just pointless to try to aim for huge wins every day. In my opinion, that's me. That's my opinion. This is my style. Like I say, everyone's different. Everyone's unique. There are guys that are so well and seasoned up there that they can go for those big wins every day, and that's great. I don't need to do that because I'm not chasing. I'm not trying to get rich. I'm just trying to provide for my family. That's all I'm doing. Like I just need a roof over our head. I have a 2019 Kia Sedona I'm driving because that's where my family fits comfortably, and the van is actually pretty damn nice. I don't need a Lambo. I don't need anything fancy. The cars are nice, yeah, but I don't need that. That's a part of it. I just I want to enjoy, right? I'd rather go out on a trip, rather go to like Hawaii or something with the family instead of dropping down big money on a nice car. That's what I want to do. So, and that's the goal with this. And the fact that I could do this wherever, right? So I want to go on vacation. I can just log in and see a potential setup and see if there's opportunity to make money. And I can do that real quick. Anywhere, anywhere. And that's fucking amazing. Sorry, I don't know if YouTube will censor that or whatever, the algorithm stuff, but it's amazing that we have that chance to do this, guys. Like, it's so freaking amazing. Never did I think that this is what I'd be doing, you know, when I was a kid. I never thought that this is what was going to be my thing, which is wild. But all right, y'all, I'm gonna take a little breather, gonna take a little break, let this range kind of play out and do its thing, and we'll see if we can get some more setup. Maybe an opening setup. We got about an hour, so we may see if we can catch a little opening move. Because I've been reading it just like I do with the MOC candle for Power Hour. I've been reading those openings. And so far, haven't been too bad. They haven't been too bad at all. So I'm gonna wait and see if we can catch something on the opening. So see y'all in a little bit.